Hi, my name is Marlies and also known as Melody Jane, it's my artist name. I'm a folk performer in the Netherlands, mainly playing American folk music and traditional country music. But I'm also working professionally in this little guitar shop and doing repairs, setups and customizing guitars. And those two professions are a really interesting combination because I can sort of adjust my instruments so that they really match with my music. And this video is about the Alliance VP guitar standing next to me and how I'm gonna customize it so it will really suit me as a musician. At the end of the video I will go into the brand Alliance VP because there seems to be quite some mysteries around this guitar brand, and I will get back to that later. I just bought this guitar a few days ago and I just paid 100 euros for it. But this guitar does need some work, so I'm just gonna start the job and I'm gonna show you what I'm gonna do. I'm removing the machine heads because I wanna level the fretboard and I don't want to have these tuners block my way. But these machine heads are really nice quality, so that surprises me. I'm checking if there aren't frets in this fretboard that are too high or too low, and I must say there aren't any striking problems with this one, and that really surprises me because I've seen loads of guitars that are really expensive that do have some problems, but this one, it's really nice, no problems with it. I need this neck to be completely straight because I am gonna level the fretboard. Well, at this point I am very pleased with the guitar I bought, and I already thought it was a bargain, but now I'm really sure because everything works fine and the hardware is of good quality and the wood is of good quality. I think until now I think this is a fantastic guitar, so if you ever bump into one, well, you really should consider buying one. Well, I am using some tape to protect the fretboard, because I'm gonna level it later on with a big file and you don't wanna ruin your wood. I'm now gonna level the fretboard so even the slightest fret wear will disappear. This is the part that I won't show you because I don't want to encourage people without any experience to take a big file and level the fretboard because you can really ruin your guitar, and I really don't want to encourage that. So this is the part where I say don't try this at home, people, and I'll be back after I leveled the fretboard. So at this point the guitar has this beautifully leveled fretboard and the frets are all shiny like new and there isn't any trace of fret wear or any other damages, and I'm very happy with it. And then I conditioned the fretboard with a bit of lemon oil. Well, we're ready for the next step now, that is the nut. The previous owner obviously replaced the original one, but he didn't do much of a good job because, well, first of all, it's too wide, so it doesn't fit. And he also thought that the nut was too low, so he just glued a piece of plastic underneath it and then glued it over here. That isn't a very smart thing to do, because the nut is one of the most important parts of your guitar. It's responsible for the tone of your guitar and the sustain of your guitar. And in my opinion, the best material to use is bone. All my instruments have bone saddles, bone nuts. Well, luckily I have a pre-shaped nut, bone nut. It doesn't fit perfectly, so I am gonna adjust it so that it will fit perfectly. Well, it fits perfectly now, and that is really important because you have to have the contact with the wood of the guitar. Okay, so I replaced the nut. It is a bone one, and I have finished it a little bit, so it's become a really beautiful one. The next thing to replace is the bridge saddle, but not at this point because I'm planning to build in an under saddle pickup system preamp, and I'll need that first before I can place the bone saddle. I want my guitars to play and sound beautifully, but I also like it when they look pretty. And so I am looking for gold-plated machine heads, and I also want to add a pickguard. and I'm looking for something like this. This is the pickguard they use on the Gibson and Epiphone J200 series, and this will look something like that, but I do not like the color that much. I'm looking for a darker color, and probably black, so that can be quite a challenge, but I will find it. Well, we're a few weeks later and I have ordered this awesome Fishman pickup system, so I am going to build it in. It'll take some drilling and some sawing, but well, let's do it. And I am really curious about this one, because I have built in a similar one before, but with this difference that this has a microphone also. Well, I have built in my pickup system, my Fishman pickup system, and I'm gonna place the saddle. It had a plastic one, I don't know if it was the original one, but now I am gonna replace it with a bone one. And like the nut, this saddle is a very important part of your guitar, and it also is responsible for the sustain and the tone of your guitar. So if you have a cheap plastic saddle on your guitar, it is my advice to have it replaced with something like this. I believe bone is the best material, but you might have another opinion, but please replace the cheap plastic ones. You really will hear a difference. I don't have my new machine heads yet I ordered, so I will use the old ones so that I can go on with the job. Well, I am almost done. And I told you that I was looking for a black pickguard, and guess what I found? I got the black one with the golden flowers, so I'm really happy. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I think it looks fucking awesome, and I tried it over the amplifier and it really sounded very cool. So I'm very happy about that, and acoustically I will try it at home, and I will get back to you guys. Well, I've been playing the guitar for a few weeks now at home, and I think I'm ready to let you guys know what I think about it. I was hoping for a very beautiful sustain, and this one does have this. I'll just... And as you can hear, the tone is long, it just lingers on and lingers on. It's really beautiful. And you might have heard it already, the basses are really round and deep, and the trebles are very clear, a little bit sharp. I really like this. And another thing is that it has a great and a big volume, and of course you may expect that from a guitar with a big body, and this one really lives up to the expectation. It's really nice. So I'll just play a few chords so you can hear. There is a link underneath this video to another video of mine where I play this guitar in a song, and for now I will tell you what I have found out about this one, this guitar, and the brand Alliance VP. If you're looking for some information about your Alliance VP guitar or the brand in general on the internet, you might be a little bit disappointed because there isn't much information about these guitars and about the brand. And the main reason for that is that the brand doesn't exist anymore, so we don't have information from the manufacturer about these guitars. But I do have some information for you. Can you believe that I have another Alliance VP guitar? This is actually my first guitar, the first guitar I bought. And I bought it in 91 or 92. I am not sure anymore which year it was exactly, but somewhere around 91 or 92. So the guy in the guitar shop told me that Alliance VP was a new brand, and because of the fact that they were new, they had to introduce the brand by selling these for a fairly low price. So I paid, I think it was at that time, I think it was $500 or something. I chose this one because it really sounded and played the best of all the guitars I tried. This guitar served me for more than 10 years. It's now retired, and I even played it during my final music exam for my bachelor's degree. Yeah, I do have one, and now I repair guitars, so that money was well spent. So this is what I know about it. It is this brand was introduced around '92, and it is built in Korea. Let's go to the guitar we worked on during the last few weeks. Well, I found out some things about this guitar because, of course, I have been working so intensively with this one. First of all, some people think that this is a photo flame finish. I read that on the internet. Photo flame basically means that they put a picture of wood on the guitar, and that is not the case with this one. This is real wood. It is a thin layer of veneer, and it is not a photo flame finish. It is quite easy to determine. I won't show you that now because we don't have the time for that, but this is not a photo flame. The other question, of course, is the top, is the soundboard solid? Well, of course, the easiest way to find out is the information from the factory, but we don't have that because the brand doesn't exist anymore. There is another way to determine that, and that is to check if the pattern of the wood on the top of the soundboard is the same as at the bottom of the soundboard. So you go in with a little inspection mirror and you can compare the grain, the pattern. But in this case that won't work because this is a really fine thin layer of veneer, so the pattern wouldn't be the same. There is another way, and that is if you sand a little bit of the varnish away, you will see in the sound hole if it is laminated or if it is solid wood. Well, I am personally not really into mutilating my guitars, so I have left it that way. But there's another thing. As you remember, I have built in a preamp system, and in order to do so I had to cut out a piece of wood, and that gave me the opportunity to see if the sides were laminated or were solid, because if they were laminated then you'll see different layers of wood, and in this case there was only one layer of wood and a thin layer of veneer and a thin layer of varnish. So the sides are solid, and that indicates to me that the top is also solid. Most of the times when a top is laminated, sides are laminated. When a top is solid, still sides and back can be laminated, but I personally haven't seen a combination yet that the top wasn't solid and the sides were, so I think that the top is solid. There's another indication that makes me think that the top is solid, and that is the sustain. And the sustain is this beautiful, and this, it just lingers on the tone, and that indicates to me that this must be a solid top. Okay, my cat needs some attention right now, so I'm gonna end this video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope I have given you some information you needed. And if you have any questions, of course, I'll be happy to answer them, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.